Hello everyone, this is Todd Scrima, founder and president of Summit Funding. So I'm doing a little video talking about myself, and it's not something that comes supernatural to me, but I'll tell you a little bit about my story and my journey. So I was born in LA, and then I was raised since I was a little tiny kid in outside of Redding, California, which is a small town. And on one side of the family, my parents divorced when I was 2 and then have been remarried ever since. So on one side of the town, we lived on a self-supportive farm with my grandparents. My grandpa had built 2 houses on a farm, and we worked that farm, and it was a farm life. Super poor, you know, have all those stories, and but super good life. And then on the weekends and a lot of the holidays, I would spend with my father and my stepmom. And my stepmom was a school teacher, and my dad was a businessman, and he owned a couple companies. And I thought he was rich, but he was probably upper middle class, but a good businessman. And my whole family had high character. They had high work ethic and high character. All grandparents, everybody. It was just blessed to be in that environment. So on one hand, I got the work ethic and all that from everybody, but also, you know, milking the cows at 5 o'clock in the morning. And then when I was 16, I started running a company for my father. And I started out being the janitor, and a year later I was running the company as general manager. And it was like a products company, and man, I had to learn P&Ls, and I learned how to delegate. I remember how to hire, how to fire, all of these things. So then I go work that company through college. I went to work for corporate America halfway through college, became a top salesperson out of 50 people in this division. And people couldn't believe I was doing it part-time, but I was good at sales. My dad had instilled great salesmanship into me. And so I was really good at sales. I graduated college. I remember calling my dad and saying, "Dad, I want to get into this mortgage gig." And he says, "Todd, you can go to work for corporate America. They want to promote you and make you this big, you know, not big, but, you know, like a territory manager, company car, all this stuff. Or you can be 100% commission in the mortgage business. Take the corporate job." It was the first time, and one of the few times in my life, I went against my father. I said, "I just know I can do this." So I started working in the mortgage business. I became a top producer after 2.5 years with this big company. Had a great mentor named Jim Caffrini, who owns Sierra Pacific Mortgage, and then decided I knew it all and started Summit Funding, which was a little mortgage brokerage at the time. And it was just me, it was my secretary Francis, and it was Cindy the processor. And we just did loans. And I eventually, you know, started out, I was doing about 8 or 10 loans a month then and grew it. I eventually got to doing about 25, 28 loans a month on average, and started building the team. And then I just hit a road one day, and I just, you know, it was my first time. I remember driving to work, and I didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to walk through the door. And I said, "Time out, something's wrong." And about that time, I met Rick Ruby, who became a business coach of mine. I begged him to be my business coach. He didn't really want to do it, but I was a good salesman, remember? And Rick coached me for a couple years, and he says, "Hey, we should start a company that coaches people across the nation doing this. It would be fun." And we started the Core. I reflect back, and what's important to me about running this company is to be the best. And I don't need to be the biggest. You know, we're doing plenty of business. You know, we're running a really good company. I just want to invest in people that really want to be the best that they can be. And ultimately, at the end of the day, when I wake up every day, that's what I think and dream about. And that's a little bit about me, guys. So hope it wasn't too boring. Thanks for listening to it. I really appreciate it.